Hello everybody, and we are back. So this is the second benchmark with the Core2Quad. And so the last video card we tested was the 3050 6GB. So now we're going to do the 1650 4GB. And let me see, just to let you guys know, when I switched out video cards, the NVIDIA driver didn't automatically install. I went into Device Manager and it showed up as basic display adapter. So what I did was I opened up the NVIDIA app, and it says right there install driver. So I clicked on install, and it took a while. It took maybe like 20 minutes for the driver to install. It finally installed, and then then the display looked normal again. So then I restarted the computer to make sure that the settings stayed. I checked the Device Manager, and then the Device Manager shows the 1650. And then what was the other thing I had to do all over again? Oh yeah, when you load up GTA, Grand Theft Auto 5, then I had to go back into graphics settings to set it back to 1920 by 1080, and put everything on low. That's how I have it. That's what I did last time on the 3050, and now in the 6050, graphics settings are 1080p, and everything is on low. Or in this game, it's called normal, but that normal is low. So just to give you an idea, and here we go again. We're on the West Coast, and we are going to go southbound into the city. And just to give you an idea, I can tell already that the watts of this video card is a lot more higher. You see that? It's about 40 watts. Let me check the power supply. The power supply is 138. So the power supply is at 138, and the watts of the video card is showing 40, whereas on the 3050 it was around 25 watts. So I guess technically this video card needs at least 15 watts more power consumption than the 3050. So I guess the 3050 is more power efficient, right? Okay, so let me turn on my joystick. Okay, my controller is ready, and here we go. And we're off. Okay. So yeah, what's different so far? Yeah, the GPU percentile is this one it's very similar to the 3060. Yeah, this one is, let's see, the GPU percentile. Whoa. See, the GPU is running at 40%, so it's a little bit higher than the 3050. We're at 40%. The watts were at 43 watts. Let me confirm with the watt meter. Whoa, yeah, we got 157. The watt meter, power supply watt meter, is showing 157 watts. Whereas with the 3050, it was at 135 watts. So what's that? 135, 157, 35, 22 watts. Yeah, about 22 watts higher on the power supply. So yeah, I guess this video card is not as power efficient as the 3056, right? That's interesting. Something new. I didn't know that, but I guess that makes sense. But of course, I think the 3056 is kind of like is an overkill, you know, too expensive a video card to put in this old system. So I think anybody would say, you know, that this video card is more practical, either the 1650 or the 1630 or the 1050 Ti, you know. So let me do this run, and then I think I have enough time. I'll test my two other video cards, and below this one would be the next one down. I guess we can test my 1050 Ti, and then we'll test the 750 Ti. Whoa! Sorry about that. Yeah, so let me finish this. Let me drive into the city so we can see how it performs as the. Usually I gotta drive into the city to see where the system RAM is gonna settle and where the VRAM is gonna settle. So on the 3050, it settled around 7,100, and the VRAM on the video card settled at 3,500 or something. But yeah, so far this card works good. The millisecond graph is nice and low. Like I said in the other on the 3050, the sweet spot for the millisecond graph is around 16 milliseconds. You know, 16 to 20 milliseconds is you know, like a normal operating video card. You know, so once it goes over 20, then you might see you know, micro stutters. But yeah, so far this card's working pretty good too. You know, it just requires, it consumes a little bit more power. But you know, I guess it's just it's older technology video card, right? See ya. Whoa. Squeeze me. Okay, looks like we're starting to enter into the city. Went through the tunnel. And see, memory VRAM we're at 2500, and the system RAM we're at 5600. You know, let's see how high it's going to climb. I'm curious too if it's going to be any different than the 3056. You know, but the millisecond graph is doing okay. You know, no major stutters or anything like that. Yeah, and the frames per second is pretty much the same thing as the 3056. So I guess what's holding back both video cards is, you know, the older Core2Quad, right? Okay, so check out the system RAM. I mean the video card RAM. We're at 3,300. So that's interesting. That's pretty much the same thing as the 3050. The only thing different here is, I don't know, it's almost the same thing as the 3050. Because we're almost at the 7,000 megabytes on the system RAM. I think if I remember correctly, it stopped at around 7,100. See, we got to go all the way up to that overhead bridge, and I'll stop it there. Ah, there's the bridge. Okay, this is probably where I'll stop it, and we'll move on to the next video card. Let's see. The video is running. Okay, we're at like 10 minutes right now, 11 minutes. All right, so I don't want to record too much footage. Maybe you guys are kind of like bored of seeing this. So, but we're going over this major bridge, overpass or something. And that's interesting. Right here, we're at 6849. And on the 3050, we were at 7,100. So for whatever reason, this video card uses a little bit less system RAM. But the VRAM is almost the same thing. See, 3,350. Yeah. I think this will pretty much... yeah, pretty much this, it looks like this is where it's going to taper off then. Whee. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. Temperature of the video card, 33 degrees. GPU reaching about 40% GPU usage. 40 watts, consumes 40 watts. It's bus powered, of course. Memory usage 3,360. So ideally, you want to be looking at a video card that has 4 gigabytes of VRAM, even on an old computer like this. So 1080, you know, 1080p, low, everything low, low settings 1080p, 3,362, just to give you an idea. So ideally, you want to be looking at video cards that have 4 gigabytes of VRAM DDR5, right? And the CPU temperature is about the same as last time. It's settling around, what, 45 degrees Celsius. CPU usage between 90 and 100%. Clock speed 2833, just like last time, so that's good. And VRAM, yeah, VRAM on this is a little bit lower than on the 3050. So here we got 6,950 megabytes. Whereas on the 3050, it was like 7,100. So for whatever reason, it's 100 megabytes, 150 megabytes less of VRAM. So was that? Yeah, the takeaway. Yeah, you want a motherboard that has 8 gigabytes of system RAM, and you want a video card that has 4 gigabytes, 4 gigabytes on the video card and 8 gigabytes on the motherboard. Yeah, and it looks like it's settling right there. So, okay. Well, the video is at the 14-minute mark. I think that's enough. And let me, yeah, we got time. Let me switch out the video card, reinstall the driver again, set up the GTA graphics again, and then I'll put in the next card. So let's say the next video card we're going to try is the 1050 Ti. So yeah, we'll try the 1050 Ti and see how that one performs, which is very similar to a 1630, you know. And I guess in this kind of game, it does make more sense, you know, those kind of cards like the 1630 or 1050 Ti, because, you know, the percentile is pretty low on this game anyway. So you know, if it's cheaper, you might as well just get the 1630-50 Ti, right? Okay, so let me stop this video, and then let me switch out the video cards, and hope you like this. All right, bye bye.